And they're like, oh, you got a raise, 10 cents. Now, because of that 10 cents, we're gonna have to make some cutbacks and you're gonna get 10 fewer hours this next week. My paychecks were coming up shorter than they should have been with the hours that I was working. Often I would not get all of my breaks. So that is also falls under the category of wage theft. One time I had a 9-hour shift where I got 0 breaks up until the end, where they decided to give me my 10, my 30, and then my last 10 all at the same time. So I couldn't leave the store, but I also wasn't working anymore after that. I had to clock in, clock out, clock in, and then just leave. Which, that's not a break. So we were more often than not very understaffed. So I would end up doing the jobs of about 4 to 5 people by myself. So I have to come to work and be firing on all cylinders. I began to get chest palpitations. My heart was starting to beat rhythmically out of my chest. My muscles were starting to seize up. And I was in a lot of pain. I could barely talk, much less work. And one of the ground level managers came to me, felt my chest, and she was like, oh, you need to go, honey. But then she reported it to her boss, who said, I don't care, he needs to stay for 20 more minutes because we do not have anybody to fill in for him until then. Now, I ended up going to the emergency room because of this incident, but during that 20 minutes, luckily nothing life-threatening ended up happening, but it could have, and that's 20 minutes it took for me to not get to the emergency room, in which I still had to I was gasping and wheezing and doing front counter and talking to customers, and all the customers were telling me, why are you here? Your heart is seizing up. But I had to go those 20 minutes, and if I left early, there was a good chance I would have lost my job. Helping people is my calling, and when I see all these people physically, mentally suffering and not getting any recognition, insufficient pay, and no respect, it doesn't sit right with me. But I've attended a lot of events and rallies, and I went to the Fast Food Workers Convention over in Detroit, which was a pretty eye-opening experience for me. It was pretty special to see that many workers from all over the country and some other countries all standing in solidarity with each other in one place. Because every single state, I think every state's different, the wage is different, the situation's different, but everyone's story is more or less the same. I would just keep hearing horror stories from everyone, and I was like, this sounds way too similar to my own story. Seattle is a bustling metropolis, but Tacoma is a city of working people. 15 would definitely allow many people to get a start. I mean, 15 is just the beginning. I break my time up through music. I do play games from time to time when I have the time, and I do stuff with Work in Washington.